On the 13th of October, 2025, something remarkable may have occurred. Something that challenges both scientific understanding and spiritual history. The interstellar object known as 3I Atlas, which at that time was hidden behind the Sun and out of direct view from Earth, was reportedly observed sending a series of light pulses arranged in the unmistakable pattern of the Fibonacci sequence 5, 8, and 13. This sequence, long recognized as the mathematical fingerprint of nature and creation, appears throughout the structure of galaxies, the spirals of seashells, the arrangement of leaves, and even in the DNA helix of living beings. Yet, for such a sequence to appear in pulsating light from an interstellar object on a specific date so deeply tied to one of history's most mysterious religious events raises questions that extend far beyond mathematics or astronomy. The date itself is extraordinary. The 13th of October marks the 108th anniversary of the Miracle of the Sun in Fatima, Portugal, an event in 1917 that was witnessed by tens of thousands of people who claimed to have seen the sun dance in the sky. Many described radiant colors, spinning motion, and light waves that bathed the earth below. For over a century, this miracle has been one of the most debated and sacred events in modern spiritual history. Now, in 2025, on that same date, a celestial visitor from beyond the solar system emits coded pulses of light, as if deliberately timed to echo the memory of that miracle. Observers who studied the phenomenon noted that the pulses did not occur randomly. The pattern followed a rhythm consistent with Fibonacci's numerical progression, representing a precise mathematical ratio, the golden ratio, long considered a universal constant in art, architecture, and the geometry of life itself. The ratio, 1.618, represents balance, harmony, and the blueprint of all natural formation. It is seen by many researchers as a bridge between mathematics and consciousness. To witness these same proportions in the emissions of a distant interstellar object suggests, at least to some, an intelligence or higher order at play. Shortly after the pulses were detected, NASA reportedly shut down the Solar Dynamics Observatory's live feed, citing maintenance. While such actions might typically go unnoticed, the timing in this instance drew immediate suspicion. The high-resolution imaging science experiment imaging system aboard the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, the most advanced camera in Mars orbit, had also been down since the 1st of October, allowing an extended period during which no high-resolution observations were made. The coincidence of both major observatories going offline while a potentially historic celestial event unfolded only fueled speculation that information may be intentionally withheld. Independent researcher David Sereda, known for his work connecting physics, resonance, and consciousness, analyzed the frequency pattern of the pulses and made an astonishing discovery. He claimed the light signals corresponded to planetary harmonics within what he termed a hyperdimensional solar system model. In this framework, each Fibonacci number resonates with a specific celestial domain. 5 corresponds with Earth, 8 with planet 591, also called dominions, and 13 with virtues, associated with the ancient star Methuselah. According to this interpretation, the Fibonacci pulse sequence was not random data, but rather a deliberate message encoded within the very structure of time and frequency. Sereda proposed that if this transmission was genuine, Atlas was sending a mathematical signal aligned with the vibrational architecture of creation itself, timed precisely with the centennial resonance of Fatima's solar miracle. In his analysis, the sequence 5, 8, and 13 formed not just a numerical code, but a frequency pattern representing harmony across dimensions. The implications were staggering. It suggested that the object was not merely a wandering fragment of interstellar debris, but potentially an intelligent construct or probe capable of broadcasting messages using the universal language of mathematics. Even more remarkable was Sereda's connection between this event and classical literature. He pointed to Dante Alighieri's Paradiso, written between the years 1320 and 1321, where Dante describes a divine cosmic order structured by perfect geometry and light. In Paradiso, Dante ascends through the celestial spheres, guided by harmonic proportions that mirror the Fibonacci sequence and the golden ratio. Sereda observed that 704 years after Dante's vision, an interstellar visitor, Atlas, now appeared to mirror that same divine pattern on the exact anniversary of humanity's last great solar miracle. If these claims hold true, the 13th of October 2025 could mark a turning point in human history, a moment when the boundaries between science, mathematics, and spirituality blurred in an undeniable way. The alignment between the Fibonacci pulses, the Fatima anniversary, and the hyperdimensional harmonic model suggests a communication rooted in sacred geometry, as if the universe itself were sending a message through the geometry of light. Surida's findings go further. He notes that Atlas, along with previous interstellar visitors such as Borisov and the mysterious Oumuamua, all share a mysterious timing alignment governed by what he calls the golden ratio squared. When the golden ratio is multiplied by itself, the result is approximately 2.618, a relationship that Surida claims reflects temporal synchronization in the orbital and perihelion dates of all three interstellar objects. In his model, the harmony among these cosmic visitors is not coincidental, but indicative of an overarching mathematical design, one that transcends random motion and implies coordination. The fact that Atlas transmitted the three Fibonacci numbers, 5, 8, and 13, carries immense symbolic weight. Surida's earlier work had decoded the rotational period of Atlas as 16.16 hours, a number that again reflects the golden ratio embedded in time. Converting this rotation period into minutes yields 969.6, a harmonic multiple that, according to Surida, fits perfectly within his hyperdimensional map of the solar system. The result, he argues, is that Atlas is functioning as a mathematical beacon, a cosmic metronome transmitting the frequencies that define not only matter and energy, but consciousness itself. Those who have followed this event see it as more than scientific curiosity. The timing, the ratios, and the pattern of signals all suggest deliberate intention, a synchronization that may bridge the realms of physics and spirit. The repetition of Fibonacci numbers is particularly important, for these numbers form the foundation of living growth. They appear in the spiral of galaxies, the petal arrangements of flowers, and even the rhythm of the human heartbeat. To see the same numerical pattern emerging from an interstellar object on such a symbolic date points towards something profound, perhaps even purposeful. NASA's continued silence on the matter has only deepened public intrigue. While official statements refer to scheduled maintenance and data calibration, many researchers believe that such timing is too precise to be dismissed. The pattern of withholding information after unexplained cosmic phenomena has been noted before, but in this instance, the potential significance, both scientific and spiritual, makes the silence even more striking. As the sun gradually moves and Atlas emerges once more into observable range, astronomers and independent observers alike wait to see whether the pulses resume. If they do, it could confirm that the sequence was not an error or natural reflection, but an intentional broadcast, one that may carry meaning far beyond simple numbers. In the grand tapestry of cosmic history, moments like these remind humanity of its small yet conscious place within a vast, intelligent universe. On the 13th of October 2025, an interstellar object may have sent a message, not in words, but in light, geometry, and harmony. Whether it was a signal from an ancient intelligence, a mathematical resonance with the divine order, or the universe itself revealing its design, the event stands as a testament to the mystery of creation. Perhaps the same force that danced the sun before thousands at Fatima now speaks again through the pulse of a distant traveler. If so, Atlas is not merely a rock from the stars. It is a messenger of the cosmos, sending a timeless reminder that the universe, in all its infinite complexity, is built upon a single unbroken code of light, number, and divine proportion. The far side of the moon, also known as the dark side, has captivated human imagination for centuries. This mysterious region of our celestial neighbor, perpetually hidden from Earth's view, has puzzled scientists and space enthusiasts alike. One of the primary reasons for the mystery surrounding the far side of the moon is its perpetual hiddenness from Earth. Due to a phenomenon known as tidal locking, the moon rotates on its axis at the same rate that it orbits Earth, resulting in one side always facing our planet while the other side remains hidden. As a result, until the advent of space exploration, humans had never seen the far side of the moon with their own eyes, leading to speculation and curiosity about what lies beyond the lunar horizon. Recently, China's lunar rover has made a groundbreaking discovery on the moon's surface by spotting a collection of mysterious, see-through glass spheres on the remote side of the moon. These peculiar formations have perplexed scientists, as they do not resemble any known minerals found on the moon before. In a recent research investigation detailed in the Science Bulletin Journal, experts analyzed photographs captured by the panoramic camera installed on the rover. The study unveiled a plethora of small, spherical and dumbbell-shaped glassy particles measuring in centimeters. The microscopic analysis of these distinctive globules has brought to light intriguing insights into the composition and formation processes of these unique structures. In a statement, Dr. Jiong Xiao, the lead researcher from Sun Yat-sen University in China, expressed astonishment at the extraordinary nature of the globules found on the moon. These peculiar formations have captivated our attention due to their unparalleled uniqueness within the lunar landscape. Researchers, including Apollo astronauts, have conducted detailed investigations of minerals present on the moon, such as tektite and microtektites, which are created through interactions with asteroids, meteorites, and various celestial bodies from space. Their assessments indicate that these lunar minerals are predominantly characterized as dark, opaque, and clast-rich. The lunar rover's landing team expressed surprise at encountering transparent glass beads in that region, highlighting an unexpected discovery. During the initial 12 lunar days of the mission, at least 2 spherical formations were identified along the relatively short 700-meter or 2,300-foot path. Additionally, another 2 instances were potentially identified but were pending confirmation due to limitations in image resolution, as reported by scientists. The rover's exploration revealed significant findings within this period, shedding light on the geological composition of the lunar surface. In an endeavor to trace the source of the globules observed, the researchers embarked on a comprehensive investigation that scrutinized various characteristics such as color, morphology, geometry, and plausible exposure durations. To unravel this mystery, they meticulously compared these globules against established lunar rock types and delved into the crucial aspect of critical cooling rates of crystallization. The spherical particles are believed to exhibit a strong resemblance to those created by impacts, suggesting that the glassy structures originated from materials low in iron content. The presence of tektite-like impact glasses on the moon suggests that similar impact events could generate such formations on other celestial bodies. It is believed that these glassy globules are likely a common byproduct of ancient impact basins on the lunar surface. Dr. Xiao emphasized the significance of studying the compositions and isotopic ages of these glassy remnants, as they hold valuable insights into unraveling the early history of impacts. By analyzing the properties of these impact glasses, researchers aim to gain a deeper understanding of the impact dynamics and events that shaped the moon and potentially other planetary bodies in the solar system. The minerals found on the lunar surface are considered abundant by researchers, making them potentially valuable resources for manufacturing glasses directly on site once human habitats are established on the moon in the upcoming years. These abundant minerals present on the moon hold significant promise, as they can be utilized extensively to create glass products without the need to transport materials from Earth. The researchers emphasized that there remains a significant degree of uncertainty regarding the extent of similarity in terms of both chemistry and origins between these glass globules and analogous minerals found on Earth. Dr. Xiao expressed a sense of disappointment regarding the missed opportunity to gather compositional data on the glasses after the rover had already moved past them. However, he mentioned that similar globules may be prevalent on the far side of the moon. This missed chance highlights the potential abundance of such formations that could provide valuable insights into lunar geology.
Aliens may have observed civilizations emerge on Earth. Earth is perfectly positioned so that at least 1,715 nearby star systems are in view. It stands to reason that if there has been any extraterrestrial life on just one of those systems, they may have witnessed the birth of early human civilizations. These nearby star systems make up the Earth Transit Zone, or ETZ for short. and with over 300 new stars entering the ETZ within the next 5,000 years, the possibilities for alien contact only seem to increase. Not too long ago, the European Space Agency began a new mission to explore this possibility. The agency successfully launched the Gaia mission, which aims to create a 3D map of our galaxy. Gaia has discovered something truly incredible. The agency found that 75 of the closest stars in the ETZ have been touched by our radio signals. Since humans began transmitting radio signals about 100 years ago, the study found that our radio waves would have washed over them already. According to Lisa Kaltenegger, the director of the Carl Sagan Institute at Cornell University. Kaltenegger claims that these selected 75 stars are of the most interesting subset of stars for uncovering extraterrestrial intelligence. The possibility for contact with aliens has always seemed to be a sort of fantasy, but it is becoming more of an attainable goal. If extraterrestrial life does exist among these nearby star systems, it is possible that they could view Earth and even detect our life on the planet. Earth's most telling signs of life are given in the form of atmospheric oxygen and methane. Due to the necessity for oxygen and methane to react to form carbon dioxide and water, the two gases would need to be produced in large quantities for life to be possible. The only sound explanation for atmospheric oxygen and methane is the presence of life, according to Kaltenegger. Astronomers are always on the hunt for these telltale signs of life on faraway exoplanets. These gases can be spotted by monitoring the stars that each planet orbits. When a planet passes between the star and our viewpoint, the star's light dims. The extent to which it dims gives us a great deal of information. By analysing the features of the star as it dims, it will determine the chemical composition of the passing planet's atmosphere. In December 2020, the Gaia mission discovered some breaking news. A report was finalised which contained a complete accounting for the movements of all ETZ stars through time. For the first time, we could take the movement of everything around us into account, Kaltenegger said. What Gaia gives you is the movement of the star over a couple of years. It has been found that within a constrained time frame, the movement of stars can be intricately predicted. Unless they encounter a gravitational anomaly like a black hole, she said. So with the new Gaia data, Kaltenegger and her team could rewind the movement of nearby stars to essentially peer back in time. This allowed them to check where the stars were located 5,000 years ago and whether they provided a view of Earth at that time. They used the same method to look 5,000 years into the future. This allows astronomers to understand what stars have truly been within reach of us and which ones may have felt our radio waves. With this new information, we can begin upgrading our search for extraterrestrial life. Did our DNA come from space rocks? The building blocks of our DNA have been discovered in space rocks, begging the question, did our DNA come from space rocks? It's possible that cosmic impacts brought the ingredients needed to create life on Earth. DNA is made of 4 vital ingredients: nucleobases named adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. For years, scientists wondered if meteorites could have brought these ingredients to Earth. However, until now, only adenine and guanine had been detected. Nucleobases come in 2 forms, called purines and pyrimidines. For a long time, only purines were seen in meteorites, and pyrimidines seemed to be missing in action. The main difference between the two is that purines are made from a hexagonal molecule fused with a pentagonal one, while pyrimidines are smaller and are made from just the hexagonal molecule. Scientists have now been able to find all the purines and pyrimidines that are in DNA and RNA in the meteorites that arrived on Earth. According to the astrochemist who led the study, Yasuhiro Oba, the presence of the 5 primary nucleobases in meteorites may have a contribution to the emergence of genetic functions before the onset of life on the early Earth. The methods used in this study to detect the nucleobases demonstrate the incredible scientific advancements that have been made in recent years. Researchers used techniques that were originally designed for genetic and pharmaceutical research, that are able to detect nucleobases down to the range of parts per trillion. The techniques used were at least 10 to 100 times greater in sensitivity than previous techniques to detect pyrimidenes in meteorites. The samples analysed in this study were from 3 carbon-rich meteorites that had been previously suspected of having the capability to host chemical reactions that created nucleobases: Murchison, Murray and Tagish Lake meteorites. Although it's still unknown why purines were much more abundant in the meteorites than pyrimidenes, one clue could be that purines contain a pentagonal ring called imidazole, while pyrimidenes do not. Whatever the reason for this discrepancy, one thing is for certain: this study could be a breakthrough in understanding how life formed on Earth. An invisible black hole has been found just outside the Milky Way galaxy. For the first time ever, a black hole has been detected outside of the borders of the Milky Way galaxy. It's a small inactive black hole that seems to have been hiding in plain sight. It's located in a satellite galaxy called the Large Magellanic Cloud, which is a close neighbour of the Milky Way. Part of what makes this black hole discovery a big deal is that it could help scientists discover more black holes like it, as well as give a better understanding of how black holes are formed. Black holes are definitely deceptive beings. Their enormous density creates an extreme gravitational field that stops even light from gaining enough velocity to escape. They are hidden by the darkness with no light shining that we can detect. They deviate from this darkness when they are actively consuming space material. The process is quite chaotic and causes X-ray radiation to form around the margins of the black hole. When black holes are inactive, they are pretty much invisible, and the way they are best detected in this phase is the intense amount of gravity, but only if you know how to search. When a stellar mass black hole, which is a black hole produced by the gravitational collapse of a star, is in a binary system with another star, the movement of the orbit of its partner moving around what looks like empty space is a possible indication of a black hole being present. That being said, not all empty spaces are black holes. This can make it tricky for scientists to call their findings definite. This particular team of researchers was composed of astronomer Thomas Schenner of Amsterdam University in the Netherlands, Karim El-Badri of the Harvard and Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics, and Julia Bodensteiner of the European Southern Observatory. They have been meticulously debunking black hole discovery claims because the evidence has to be undisputable. For the last 2 years, this careful team has zeroed in their focus on the Tarantula Nebula in the Large Magellanic Cloud. This nebula is known for being a star nursery. Young, massive stars call it home. Around 1,000 of these baby stars were studied to see if the scientists could observe a wobble that would indicate a binary orbit. The binary that helped discover the black hole is believed to be one of many that can be researched to discover the patterns of black holes. Strange objects punching holes through Saturn's F-ring. When it comes to space, there is truly no end to the mysteries that are revealed every day. Recently, scientists studying images captured by NASA's Cassini spacecraft noticed something interesting occurring within Saturn's notoriously chaotic F-ring. It seemed that there were large, mysterious objects about a kilometer wide that were penetrating the thin, icy ring, leaving trails of tiny ice particles steaming behind it for anywhere between 40 to 180 kilometers. These objects did not smash or blast through the rings at high speeds either. Instead, they made their way through rather leisurely at only 2 meters per second. At a temporary loss for what exactly this strange phenomenon was, astronomers fittingly named them mini-jets. Saturn's F-ring is notably dynamic and has intrigued scientists who were interested in unlocking its secrets, meaning that these mini-jets are another piece in the celestial puzzle. Astronomers have long observed the ability of moons such as Prometheus and Pandora, in addition to various other large bodies surrounding Saturn, to cause fluctuations and ripples in the F-ring, creating what seemed to be sticky, snowball-like objects. Based on these recent images, Scientists hypothesize that these snowballs, once formed, go on a journey through the rings, growing in size as they create their own orbits that weave spectacularly through the existing ice rings of Saturn. Interestingly, although this discovery was made fairly recently, the mini-jets have been around for quite some time. Scientists studying Cassini images from all the way back in 2009 first noticed the trails, which were incredibly tiny in photographs, and then embarked on a scavenger hunt through all of the Cassini photographs taken in the intervening years to attempt to discover if the phenomenon was a fluke or something more regular. This image search was no small task, as the F-ring's circumference is 881,000 kilometers long, and over 20,000 images of the region were taken during the time frame.